So, as promised, I would like to show a fragment of a game played by Dorsa Derakshani inside her book Your Jungle to Unbalancing Your Opponent. So, it seems this game was played online in lichess.org in 2020, maybe because it was the COVID era. Okay, so it says this position has been reached from a London system that I thought I was well prepared against. However, Sabina didn't fall for my preparation by simply changing a few move orders, which led me to misplay a couple of moves and to end up in a much worse position as black. Here White is doing way better as she has full control of the game and can soon play moves as easily but effectively as Rook c6. Just to grab a couple of my pawns. At this point, I was feeling quite negatively about my USA Women's Championship campaign already, as I was about to lose my first game without any real fight. But what happened was that so the white player was Foysor Sabina Francesca, 22-28, and black player is Derakshani Dorsa, 22-70. So Foysor played knight a5, which is dubious. Black needs to create some gameplay to unsettle white's comfortable situation in this game. Otherwise, white will slowly but surely win the game, as she has full control of the queen side. How would you create fighting chances for black? So instead of this move, the right move was rook c6, that it gains a pawn. Okay. So after this, we see that black played g5. An interesting move, right? And here the author says you need to risk it to get the biscuit, and I call this a brilliant move. Perhaps the only move that gives me any real chance to keep my hopes up for this game. Anything else looks way too ordinary and would never catch my eye as much. Okay. But how did you reach that idea? Why, instead of not defending the pawns, for example, that could have been interesting to understand why. And also, we don't know the time control of this game, so who knows? Rook c6 now is not a good move, but is a dubious move. At this point, I was convinced that Sabina had underestimated my aggressive plan, which correctly led me to believe in my attack. Let's push that g-pawn more, shall we? Uh, and of course, the author analyzed g3 that is given by the computer, saying a very human move, but apparently the only way white can play for advantage, as the computer suggests, and yet there is a line. Okay. So, what would you play as black? Obviously, the author told you she wants to advance the pawn. g4, very interesting. It seems this move leads to an unclear situation, but she analyzed it in the book. Instead, in the game was played h take g4, queen g6, and now white makes a blunder, a horrible mistake. Can you imagine what is the blunder? What something that we all would play, right? It's rook takes d6. I don't know. A horrible mistake. This again demonstrates how we should never underestimate the power of our opponent's attack. White's king isn't going to have a nice time after this. Better was f3. Okay, so instead of rook d6, f3. Knight takes g4. And this wins a pawn back and threatens rook takes f2. Oh wow, very good. King f1. Ay, ay, ay. Things are still going worse now. So what would you play as black? Try to guess. The right move is knight h2. However, she analyzes also this move, rook takes f2, and says that is also winning, okay? But knight h2 is interesting. King e1. Now please analyze by yourself this one, because this one brings to a checkmate, okay? A checkmate in like 1, 2, 3 moves, and it starts with this. So feel free to analyze that. So king e1, king takes g2, and of course now there is this problem. f4. Here you can see once more the power of an en passant. He takes f3, queen f2, knight g4, king takes, and pawn takes. And what a turn of tables, a full point of such a disappointing start from the opening, and went on to shine in the next round with a huge energy boost. Yeah, so black won in this position and white resigned. Very beautiful fragment. I hope you enjoyed it, and eventually there are other games of other players that are analyzed and given tips on how we could obviously simulate those players, improve watching those games. So take your chance and get this book, okay?